I have so many fond memories of Missy Elliott. She was such a big part of my childhood, and I just remember coming home, watching TRL, and of course, Missy Elliott's videos were always there. While I was researching this, I learned a lot of things about Missy that I didn't know. Her whole career has just been win after win after win. So I hope you guys like this. Missy Elliott was born in Portsmouth, Virginia on July 1st, 1971. Like many children, Missy, real name Melissa, faced a lot of childhood trauma, but it never held her back. She loved to sing and would sing for hours per day until her mother finally had to tell her to knock it off.
She was about 3 years old. She'd stand on the bed and she'd sing and she'd sing and she'd sing. And we would say, okay, that's enough. Let's get down. We got to go and we got to do certain things. Oh no, she wasn't finished.
When I started writing songs, I was probably like 4, and I would go outside and get on the trash can, and I would sing, and people would come past and they'd be clapping, honking the horn, and I would just get louder and louder and louder until it would get dark, till my mother made me come in.
Missy began secretly signing up for talent shows, not because her mother didn't support her, but because her mother only listened to gospel. And as we all know, that was not Missy's genre.
You have this mother who's really in the church, and she sing every Sunday, and she sing the church happy. But her daughter is at every talent show there is, dancing, booty shaking, whatever. It was just like whatever's going down.
I didn't believe in the rock and roll, the hip hop, none of that music. You only heard gospel songs in the place that we lived in. So Missy was all over town doing all these talent shows. Well, lo and behold, it finally caught up with her because she was getting too popular. And then it started coming through that everybody was talking about her from all of the different high schools. So she couldn't hide it any further, but she didn't want me to know.
Missy would often be overcome with the urge to write lyrics, and she'd write them absolutely everywhere. She was a true creative, and being a star was her only goal in life.
Missy started writing her own songs. It got so that she would write on the walls, on the floor, everywhere she could write on. I said, Missy, you're going to put us out of this apartment, or we're going to pay an awful lot of money if you don't stop writing on the floors and on the walls.
Finally, she'd get her chance in 1991 when she formed a group with her friends called Phase. She also recruited her neighborhood friend Timothy Mosley, who you may now know as Timbaland, as the producer of the group. The group was dropping demo tracks that caught the attention of Jodeci member and producer Devante. Phase was signed to Devante's Swing Mob label. The group moved to New York City, and their name was changed to Sister. Sister started working on an album that never released for financial reasons, and the group split up. Missy knew it wasn't over, so she and Timbaland teamed up and almost instantly started dropping hits. Missy would collaborate with huge artists of the time, including Aaliyah and Destiny's Child. Finally, at 25 years old, Elektra Entertainment Group offered her a deal she couldn't refuse. They would allow her to write, record, and produce under the umbrella of her own Gold Mine record label. Yes, Missy produced her music and the music of other huge artists. She was a multifaceted artist, to say the least. She shattered glass ceilings for many females in the late 90s and early 2000s. She released the album Super Duper Fly in 1997, and it was a smash hit. The album went platinum in 2 months and was Grammy nominated. Her music videos were what caught my attention as a teenager. The dances, colors, and creativity in her videos were like nothing I had ever seen. It's clear that artists like Lady Gaga took huge amounts of inspiration from Missy Elliott, who always was an unapologetic creative genius. She went on to produce for Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Whitney Houston, and Ariana Grande. That's just a small list of the artists she produced for. In 1999, she released The Real World. The album sold 3 million copies. She was now a force to be reckoned with. In 2001, she released Miss E So Addictive. This won Missy her first 2 Grammys. Under Construction was released in 2002. Another hit. She was a machine. This Is Not a Test dropped in 2003 and featured Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, and Nelly. The Cookbook came out in 2005. At this point, Missy's discography is bigger than some artists twice her age. The only other female artist that I can think of that machine-gunned music out like Missy Elliott, at least at the time, was Madonna. Of course, many have done it since, but Missy had an advantage. She was the artist, producer, and writer. The assembly line operated on her time. She was the assembly line. Side note, the cookbook featured my all-time favorite track, Lose Control. In 2016, she released Respect M.E., her greatest hits album. In between that stretch, she released singles and was featured on several tracks. Finally, Missy stepped out of the spotlight willingly and with the respect of millions of fans worldwide. Missy's talent emanated out of her, and we could still hear echoes of her innovation and style even today. Unfortunately, the years of constant grind caught up with her. She lost an appearance-shifting amount of weight and experienced muscle spasms in her legs. One of these spasms was so bad and came on so suddenly that she crashed her car. She saw a doctor and was diagnosed with Graves' disease and an autoimmune disorder.
What is it, Graves' disease?
Graves' disease.
Did you at any point feel like this disease might take me out? I mean, I could lose my life?
I was scared. Anybody that has Graves' disease, like, you feel like you finna be out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, for me, when you say you got to take a radiation pill, you think you really finna be out of here. Like, you know, what do I really have? And then you got to go through seeing, you know, my eyes changing, your hair fall out, your skin change, everything. For me, that was traumatic.
In 2019, looking better than ever, Missy released a 5-track Iconology EP, which was a beautifully executed summary of her life and previous works.
We just had to give you a sample of what took place the other night in Newark, New Jersey, when the whole entire world feasts their eyes on one of the greatest entertainers of our era.
Wow.
I'm not even going to say generation.
Wow.
Generation is 2 decades, Mike Muse.
Yes.
That's 20 years.
20 years, man.
We saying of era, multiple Grammy Awards, tens of millions of records sold. That's on her own. That's not even including the records she's collaborated with or the hits she made for artists or the artists she made from hits.
I cannot believe that she's on tour right now. I really want to go see her. Knowing that Busta Rhymes, Ciara, and like Timbaland are there. Also, I know that you probably noticed that I kept saying Timberland and Super Duper Fly. First of all, I'm white. The second excuse is that I'm from Massachusetts and grew up not knowing how to pronounce an ER. Now I almost overcompensate. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This video is sponsored by me. If you want to help me out, leaving a like on the video would be extremely helpful when it comes to the algorithm. You can go so far as to buy me a coffee. The link to that is in the description. All of the money goes toward creating more content like this.